you know, I got to give Hillary Clinton credit in one regard. At least she like tried a little bit to be sneaky. At least she didn't like flaunt the corruption. She tried to hide it. She didn't want to release those Goldman Sachs speeches. She didn't want to full transparency out there about, you know, her basically bending over backwards and forwards for Wall Street banks. She wanted to have that progressive talk and keep that stuff to the side so nobody could see. Joe Biden, no, he don't give a damn. Joe Biden does not give a damn. He is very, very happy to be openly corrupt, and he really doesn't care. He doesn't care if anyone knows it. So I was reading this article, and I just, you know, I don't want to say I was stunned, but I'm just stunned that this isn't a bigger scandal. But of course it's not a big scandal because the media doesn't see anything wrong with this. In an article talking about Joe Biden and how he's been responding or not responding to Trump's attacks on he and his son Hunter, obviously, the wealthy plutocrat donors are shook. So to try and soothe their sugar daddies and mommies and those big dollar Wall Street banker donors, Mr. Biden's campaign manager, Greg Schultz, acknowledged some of those problems in a briefing for Democratic donors at Morgan Stanley's New York office last month. Mr. Schultz assured the group that they had a path to the nomination that depended on winning South Carolina, the fourth primary state, and then scoring big victories in the Super Tuesday primaries in March. Here you have a campaign talking about restoring the soul of America. Here you have a campaign calling Joe Biden middle class Joe, union guy Joe. And as the president is just hammering him day in and day out and putting these ads out with Biden and his son standing with the Ukrainian gas guy and all these things, the Biden campaign tries to basically, stop the girl from breaking up with you, when your girlfriend or your boyfriend, like, you're trying all the stops to keep them. Tries to soothe these shook bankers and hedge fund managers and real estate executives and oil men and women and Silicon Valley people and whoever the hell was in that meeting at the offices of a big bank, Morgan Stanley. Am I in the twilight zone, or is there something very corrupt about this? And what is more scandalous? The fact that Biden's campaign is basically having behind the scenes, massage therapy with their donors to make sure they don't jump ship at the offices of a big Wall Street bank? This is unbelievable. But of course the media doesn't care. The New York Times just wrote it into the story like it's just a regular Tuesday in America, where a presidential campaign is having its briefings and strategy meetings with its puppet master donors who basically buy the government and sell you down the river. These are the true, Joe Biden is working for the public good of the plutocrats funding him. The public good of the plutocrats that will then direct him if he's president. And by the way, Elizabeth Warren might not be doing that yet. She's taken a little time out from these big dollar donations and these big dollar fundraisers during the primary. But she's already said, well, in the general election, what can you do? We can't unilaterally disarm, we're told. Can't unilaterally disarm. Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.